What's going on? Day 7 of New York Giants training camp. I don't want to waste any time again because there's a lot of stuff to get to. Not as much as yesterday, but it's a good day to talk New York Giants football because they played well today. But before I do training camp talk in practice specifically, let's go through the injuries of who played and who did not participate. Brian Burns, he participated in full, meaning he did individual drills as well as team drills. Although for Dexter Lawrence, the Giants star defensive tackle, who's actually ranked in the NFL top 100 list yesterday, I think at number 25 or 24. He only participated in individual drills, not team drills, I believe, for the second day in a row now. So the Giants defensive tackle struggling with some sort of illness, sickness, whatever it is. He's recovering from it, getting back to full strength. Hopefully, he'll be in team drills by Sunday, I'm guessing. The Giants have training camp practice tomorrow. Then they have an off day on Saturday, and then they're back Sunday, and then it's 3 days in a row, Sunday, and then Monday, Tuesday is joint practices with the Lions, or with the Lions against them, whatever you want to call it, before they play in the first preseason game on Thursday. So hopefully we see Dexter Lawrence in full tomorrow, obviously, but a realistic prediction, I'm thinking he'll participate in team drills by Sunday, if not the joint practices next week. Lawrence Cager and John Michael Schmitz both did not practice again. We're going to get to the center position in a little bit because there was some movement today that's a little troubling and scary for the New York Giants, especially after bringing in Greg Van Roten. We'll get to that later. Tyler Nubin, very good news. He returned today. The New York Giants safety drafted in this year's NFL draft in replacement of Xavier McKinney. He only, I believe, participated in individual drills. Anyone who was there, please comment below if he was in team drills, but I don't remember seeing him there. Was signing autographs after the practice for fans, a man of the people. I think I tweeted that out. But Tyler Nubin, great to see back. Javarius Owens yesterday made a couple, interceptions in the 2 days of padded practice. That's another thing that I did not point out. No padded practice today. I don't know if that was the heat. I don't know what it was. I don't know why they're kind of going backwards. Normally, once you put the pads on, you keep the pads on, but they did not do that today. But anyway, Javarius Owens kind of stepped up in Nubin's absence, but now Nubin is back. We'll see how that impacts him, but really great to see Tyler Nubin back on the field for the Giants. Let's get into practice. Let's get into Daniel Jones, who bounced back tremendously today. His worst day of training camp was on Tuesday. His best day of training camp was today. The stat line finishes at 11 for 15 with 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. The 2 touchdowns, both were deep throws. One was to Malik Neighbors. One was to Jalen Hyatt. The Malik Neighbors touchdown was on a 3rd and long play. Found Malik Neighbors. I'll throw that clip in there, as well as the Hyatt touchdown. The Hyatt touchdown was on a scramble right. I think it was sort of like a drill or, a set pass play where Jones is going to scramble to the right. Finds Jalen Hyatt for the touchdown. Interception, that was a tip pass into a tight window to Daniel Bellinger on a throw in the middle of the field. The ball was tipped by a nice jump by Bobby Okereke. Deontay Johnson actually came up with the interception himself. And then staying on the defensive side of things, 2 times Isaiah Simmons tipped up an interception to Alex Johnson. If you're not familiar with his name, he was a UDFA signing for the New York Giants. He played quarterback out of UCLA, an impressive UDFA signing so far in training camp. He's been playing up to the standards, at least of the second and third team. Has a chance of making the roster, especially with how weak this Giants cornerback room is. Although Johnson has been working at the safety spot. So we'll see what happens there. But I believe those 2 interceptions, one of them maybe came with the second team. One of them came with the third team. Johnson was playing with both. And then Isaiah Simmons was also kind of maneuvering around between the first and the second team as well. So good job by those 2. Very funny, though, how literally both of the interceptions, both of them were tipped by Simmons. Both of them were intercepted by Johnson. So teamwork there. And the Johnsons going crazy with the interceptions at practice today. 3 interceptions, all made by Johnsons. 1 by Deontay, 2 by Alex. And then the third and final thing I want to talk about, or I guess the fourth in practice, however you want to go through these bullet points. I got a lot here. Greg Van Roten, the Giants' new offensive line signing, the seasoned veteran who's 34 years old. He's played for a bunch of different teams, played all 17 games last year for the Las Vegas Raiders. He played at center today. And it's really weird because John Runyon for the New York Giants, who they signed this offseason, was playing center the last 2 days. Why was Runyon moved all of a sudden to left guard? Why was Austin Stinney moved over to right guard? It's very confusing, and it really is, I don't want to say it's super scary, But it seems like with John Michael Schmitz out right now, the Giants don't have a plan at the center position. I understand that some people are saying, oh, well, Van Roten, he's going to play a guard position. So it's nice to understand how the center position works because then it'll be good communication for the entire offensive line. I don't buy it. I really don't understand why they did this. I know he's a versatile offensive lineman that can play really every spot, and he has played every spot in his career. But Runyon shouldn't be moved off his center. That's like where he's going to play. He's the backup center for while JMS is injured for however long the shoulder injury lasts, which is, again, I hope he comes back soon because against the same shoulder as last season that JMS was injured, but a different issue, whatever that issue is, hopefully he returns quickly. But yeah, that's the final thing that I have. That's just really interesting. When they came out for, the beginning of every training camp, they do kind of like the walkout, and they just do the walking drill. Yeah, I forget that's what it's called. But when they come out and they do 11s down the field, and the starting offensive line had Greg Van Roten playing center over John Runyon, who then got moved to left guard. And like I said, Sidney on the right side at right guard. So the question marks, they are going to continue to be questioned, I guess, and we'll have to wait and see tomorrow how the offensive line looks. If it moves around again, I don't even know. Speaking of offensive linemen, Evan Neal was working on the sideline, more like standing and watching on the sideline. Did a few drills in the beginning where he was kind of running and practicing with trainers. But after that, he's just kind of doing his recovery, maybe behind the scenes, not at training camp, because I saw a lot of him kind of standing and watching. So we'll have to see what happens with Evan Neal and how quickly he comes back. But for right now, I don't want to waste any more of your time. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up button down below. Hit that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments what you thought of Day 7 of New York Giants training camp. Keep up with all our coverage as we'll be there tomorrow and on Sunday for New York Giants training camp. All those social media platforms at the Giant Take Pod. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Peace.